Hi guys, so today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM. This is quite interesting kit because it comes in 1/72 scale and it copies MiG-29 in Ukrainian Air Forces and with HARM missiles. So you can see them on the box art, and the kit number is 72143. So we have a commercial sample here, and it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review, and it will be interesting to check what has actually changed and why this kit might be a good candidate for your next build, and maybe also a good way to practice your work on the jet aircraft in such scale. So first of all, here we have quite nice box art. Here you can see also comparison with my hand. I would say it's a standard size box for such type of kit from ICM. Here on the side you will find also short history note and some information about the kit. So if I take a look, we have 91 parts which should assemble into a model with a 241 millimeters length, and the wingspan will be 158 millimeters. And here on the opposite side you can see also profile. Well, as far as I can see, it's only one marking option, but I hope there will be more in the assembly manual once we will be checking it. So the box structure, you can see that I already cut off the plastic seals just to speed it up. And here we have the top cover, and the box structure is typical. This top cover is quite thin and does not provide any protection. This white cardboard box is actually preserving all the parts intact. And if I open it, here's what we have inside. So as you can see, all frames are packed into this resealable plastic bag, and now we just need to open it and take a closer look together. So just give me a moment. It should be quite quick operation. And as far as you can see, for the HARM missiles we have the new sprue, so we will be checking it as well. But first I would like to start with the clear frame, which was packed into this separate plastic bag. And of course such packaging is quite good because we have these parts preserved from any possible damage or scratches, so definitely nice. But overall molding quality looks fine on these parts. As you can see, they are clear and crisp. I think the masks or mask templates will not be included here because recently ICM stopped including such stuff into their kits, which is quite interesting because it's a handy addition. And you can also notice here that you can open the cockpit with help of these parts, which is also a useful thing even in 1/72 scale. Next we continue with the sprue A. So here I will place it like this, and we will have to zoom out a bit so that you can see both halves of the fuselage. So of course the first thing is that the nose cone is divided into two halves. You have to be careful while working with this stuff, and obviously all of us, I think, will prefer the one-piece element instead of this. The next thing is that here we have quite simple engine nozzles, but as far as I know, there are also some resin upgrades available. So if you would like to have something more sophisticated on your aircraft, then just be sure to have some extra money. Here you can also notice the details for the main wheel wells. So if I will zoom in, here you can see what I'm talking about. The same can be said about these air intakes and also the combing panel, which is pre-molded. If we flip it over, here inside we have some guiding elements. So do not worry, these large parts are actually aligned with help of the guiding pins and tabs. But still, you have to pay attention how these parts will be joining, because it is quite a large connection between two panels. Next we continue with the sprue. Well, I don't see even a letter here, but this one actually shows the age of this kit, because this is definitely not a new tooled kit, as you can understand. So here we have various armament, and in my opinion it's really cool that we get all this armament in the standard package. It means you will be able to choose the loadout scheme you would like to see on your aircraft. And of course we have also some landing gear parts. If I flip over the sprue, here you can notice that some of the missiles are molded as a single piece parts, which is also quite nice. It means you just add the tail canards, and that's pretty much all. Next we continue with the sprue B. So here we have the tail fins, which are molded together with rudders. We also have wing parts, And we also have the tail wing. And by the way, the wing parts, yes, they are molded as a single piece parts, just like the tail fins. And that's really cool because it might affect the overall appearance of your model. And here, by the way, you can also notice the air intakes, which are placed on both sides of the aircraft. So you have to be careful with them. For the pilot seat, I think it is okay for this scale, but of course you can source something more detailed out of resin or maybe even 3D printing, but it will involve some extra expenditures. And here we have the cockpit base. As far as you know, there is also a PE set available from Edward, so if you would like to have it on your model, feel free to order it from Edward website. And next, here we have quite I would say unusual thing. So those are HARM missiles. This is a sprue C1, so you can see the quality difference because this is a new sprue which was developed recently. And I will show one. It will allow us to zoom in a bit so that you can check all these parts closer. So it might look that here we have the pylons and missile, but note that missile, this one, the large one, is actually separated into two halves. So this will be a lot of fun to join them together. But from the other side, we get all the standard armament together with this HARM missile. So there wasn't something excluded from the package. And that's something I appreciate about this kit. So I think this is something we can live with, especially considering all these factors together. Next, we continue with decals, and here we have really, I would say, surprising situation because we have 3 decal sheets. And first of all, we start with this one, which is designed for use with today's version, so you will not get it in any other kit. And as you can see, we get various stencils for missiles mainly, so printing quality is also good. So I think it's just a matter of careful application on your model and it will be fine. But next, we continue with the second decal sheet. And here you will see something familiar if you are watching my video reviews. We reviewed the kit of the Ghost of Kiev in 1/72 scale from ICM, so these decals are coming straight from that kit. As you can see, we have Ukrainian markings, we also have the instrument panel decal, and also full number registry, which is really cool because it allows you to copy whatever aircraft number you would prefer to see on your model. Next, we have also the third decal sheet, as you remember. So this one is also from Ghost of Kiev, but this one is necessary for digital camouflage on your aircraft. So here you can see that we have it in form of decals, precisely measured for parts of the aircraft, so that's really cool. You don't have to use masks, but I know that some modelers still will resort to masks just to get a bit more realistic appearance, and there is nothing to argue with, to be honest. Next, we continue with the assembly manual. So here I will have to zoom out even more. So you can see that here we have the typical ICM assembly manual. We have short history note on the first page, also technical specifications and the paint set. And here we continue with the parts map. Obviously, the red color means that these parts will not be used. So as you can see, some of the missiles and fuel tanks are not used in today's version. Assembly process starts with the cockpit actually, and then we continue with landing gear parts and join fuselage hulls, assemble the engine nozzles, air intakes, also install the pylons with missiles, and that's pretty much all. I do not see any masking templates. And here we have one and only marking option, which is also quite surprising, but we have the full number registry, as you remember, so you can copy different aircraft numbers. As for the whole kit, it should be already available. You can get it on Modelimex webshop, for example. They have also all other novelties from ICM, and I would be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also support us financially with a small donation. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.